Wealth is comprised of many ingredients, one of those being material possessions. And we're going to be looking into that today with Faith Praiz, the author of More Than 100 Truths You Need to Know About Wealth. If you'd like to get this book, information is in the description below. And you can also check out our website for more details. You are listening to Journey to Wealth with your host, Temi. So let's get right into it. Material possessions. That seems pretty easy to understand. It's a material thing that you possess. Is it beyond that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, that's it. It's a physical thing. There are houses, there are gold, there are cars, and yes, there are material things, just like the name implies. But they are strategically possessed.
Strategically possessed.
It's just like you don't just go to market and buy pepper for pepper's sake.
Right. You want to make something with it.
You want to make something.
That's why.
You want to do something with it. But a lot of people don't know how to use that. So it becomes liability to them.
Liability.
Yes.
We'll get into that later, since that's your the second action point.
Yes.
Now, we talked about money in our last episode, and I'm seeing money sprinkled throughout the action points here. So we need to know what we're talking about, because there are two types of money, the one that God has given us and currency that the world has created, if I got that right.
Yes.
All right. Now, the first action point is start to invest your money on material possessions.
Yes.
What are we investing here?
You are investing all kinds of money. All. You see, if you look at an ingredient that makes up anything, any product, the absence of one or more will not lead you to accurate product.
Okay, yes.
But in a way, all right, can lead you to another product. Not accurate product you have in mind. For instance, I want to cook vegetables.
Okay.
So some pepper, some onion, water, vegetables, meat,
seasoning,
fish, and all that.
Yeah.
But if meat is missing, I still have the soup.
Yeah.
All right.
So the ingredients we've discussed so far being faith in God, strategic relationships, money, which if you haven't seen that, check out our other episodes. Links are in the description down below. Are there any of those three, now four, with material possessions that we can consider the meat that can be left out of the pot?
No.
No. Okay, so everything
Most
is
of
still...
them will have been major.
Okay, still major so far.
Yes.
All right. Well, as we go down the line, we'll see which ones.
Yes. But I want to add something to
go ahead.
How you get material possession. You can use any of the ingredients to affect any of the ingredients. Invariably, you can use faith in God to possess material possession.
How?
You can use strategic relationship to possess material possession. You can use currency to possess material possession. You can use idea to possess material possession.
Okay, so let's take you back a bit.
You can use your skill and knowledge to possess material possession.
Okay. Now we can use, basically just summarize, we can use the different ingredients of wealth to possess material or to get material possessions.
Material possession to Solomon will have been the temple he built for God.
Yes.
How much of currency did he spend? But he spent something. What was that thing?
I would say strategic relationships in that case.
Not only strategic, he gave something in return to what Iran sent to him to build the temple. You understand? He hired the people of Iran, experts and all that, but he was given 10,000s of oil and so many other things. And that is part of the idea that we want sink into the mind of the readers or people watching your podcast. To understand that there's so much poverty because people are lost and locked in looking for currency.
Yes. I feel like this is an issue that keeps coming up over and over again, being locked into currency, the indoctrination, and so on. Now, moving on to the next action point. Understand the difference between assets and liabilities. You cannot overinvest. I'd like for you to tell us that difference, because going into the dictionary, the definition of asset is something that is valuable. That's all it says.
Well, I learned from somebody, asset is what brings money to you.
Okay.
While liability is what takes money from you. And that's itself is a mind-shifting sentence. What takes money? So you see, a lot of people have material possession that does not lead to wealth.
Okay, hold on.
You can have a house that is a liability.
Okay.
Because it takes money from you.
Yes, that's your bills.
And you can have a house who gives you money. You can have a car that takes money from you. You have to service it. You have to fuel it. You have to, all the paperwork and all that. It takes money from you constantly. That's liability. It doesn't have any other definition than that.
Yeah. That's very interesting, that basically two people can have the same thing, but it's used differently. We both have a home, but to one it could be an asset, to another liability. Because maybe I'm just living in the house, paying the bills, doing the repairs, while the other person is renting it out, Airbnb and all of that. So that becomes a lot clearer.
But the material possession we're talking about here is an instrument you need towards your wealthy place. So you can't afford to buy a liability.
Yes. Okay.
Now the question that is often asked is, so are you saying I should not buy a car? No. What we're saying is that why don't you let other things give you the car? For instance, one of the aims of buying or getting material possession is so that the material possession can bring in something.
Yes.
What about letting what the material possession is bringing buys the car? Maintain the car, manage the car.
Wow.
While the material possession is still there.
Yeah. And it's still producing.
It's still producing. So if you say that is your son, the material possession is your son, can you wait till you have grandson or great grandson? So that's the choice. It's called delay gratification.
Yeah.
That if you are going to get out of poverty, you must know.
So in other words, I don't need my currency to get everything that I need.
No, exactly. You're getting what we're trying to pass now.
Okay. So that, I would say that's the mentality of a poor person. You use your currency to get what you need. While a wealthy individual would use something that will continue to flow, an asset. That's flow. To cover all of those liabilities.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Our next action point is buy things with the knowledge of having money back through it.
That's it. Having money back. By now you know what we mean by money.
Yes.
What do we mean by money?
Money is the ingredients of wealth on one side.
Yes.
We also have currency on the other side.
That's right.
Yes.
So it can give you back. That means material possession can give you good strategic relationship.
I would like an example on that one because I don't completely understand that.
Good. If you have a building, very beautiful building, and then is it impossible for an hospital to need that?
It's not impossible.
And if a very good hospital comes to hire your place, don't you think you have a strategic relationship with the doctor?
Yeah, you do.
That's how it works.
Wow. You're really expanding my mind to see all of the opportunities and possibilities that are around.
Yeah.
That are they're not commonly seen. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So you can buy things like a building, for example, and earn strategic relationships through that.
Yes.
Earn money through that
Yeah.
currency.
A building can bring ideas.
Ideas, knowledge and skills, which we'll get into in our future episodes, so stay tuned. Yeah. Our next, I believe this is the last action point, actually. Yes. We talked about this quite a bit, but it's something we have to keep emphasizing because this is important. Don't always look for cash or currency.
Yes.
When you sell goods or services to individuals, be open for an exchange to get material possessions.
Exactly. That's what I explained in the last 3 to 5 minutes ago. But I don't mind repeating it. I'm putting it this way. Open your mind up. Don't close it. He said, in the introduction, I made mention of the indoctrination that might have taken place in all your years of going to school. And the aim of establishing school is to create a people that will work for the rich. Do you understand? And so your mind, part of the indoctrination, is to focus on currency.
Yes.
Now, the school came after the fall of man, created by man. And then since then, revelation has been, scarce, and people live by information, education. Are you with me?
Yes.
We're losing faith in God. Did you understand? Now, God made man to enjoy everything he has created. When man fell, he doesn't know what to enjoy because he has to sweat to have.
Yes, energy.
Do you understand? So that spurred man to begin to look for alternatives. That's how we end in printing currency. So currency now begin to determine the value of mankind.
Yeah.
And so in school, what you study determines how much you'll be paid after your school.
Yes.
That's why you see that narrow struggle. Everybody want to read medicine. Everybody is going towards this direction. This generation, everybody wants to be, processor,
data analyst,
this, that. All right, because the currency determines who you are, which is not true. So focusing on that shuts all other opportunities.
Yeah.
That's why people are poor. That is after even going to school. So don't shut your mind looking for currency when you sell or trying to exchange anything, any of what God has blessed us with for currency. Open your mind for other things that can lead you to wealth.
Yes. Thank you so much for that piece of wisdom right there. Do not shut your mind down. Open your mind to other opportunities. There's so much that exists around us that we have been blinded to without our knowledge as a result of the indoctrination that school has put us into. So that's very eye-opening. Thank you to you all for listening to this episode. Again, we will continue with the other ingredients of wealth as we move on. And don't forget to grab this book, More Than 100 Truths You Need to Know About Wealth. Subscribe, like, share, comment down below any questions you may have, and I will see you in the next episode. This is Journey to Wealth with Temi, and thank you again, Faith Praiz, for being here with me. If you enjoyed this episode, don't stop here. Check out these 2 videos for more insights. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode.